Alright, now moving on to some practice problems. I'm going to walk you through the process of constructing the different types of triads. Before we begin, I'd like to take some time to explain what these different notations are indicating. If you have a capital letter, like you're used to seeing on the circle of fifths, then that's just telling you that it's a major triad. If you have a lowercase letter, that's going to tell you that it's minor. Now, if you have a lowercase letter with a little circle above it, kind of like a degree symbol, then that's telling you that it's a diminished triad. And if you have an uppercase letter, like with major, but there's a plus sign above it, that's telling you that it's going to be an augmented triad. Now, for the first problem, here we have a C sharp major triad. We know that because of the notation. Now, recall the circle of fifths. By the circle of fifths, we know that the key of C sharp has 7 sharps. So, let's go on to constructing this. We know, obviously, the first note in the triad, the root is C sharp. Now, we want to look for the third scale degree. And in a major triad, that's just the third note of the major scale. In our case, it's E sharp. And the fifth, we're going to look for the fifth note of the major scale. And that's going to be G sharp. Okay. Now, the second example, we have D diminished. Now, if we are looking at the circle of fifths again, we know that the key of D has 2 sharps. And the first note, the root, will always be the note indicated in the notation. Now, because it's diminished, we know that the third is going to be lowered a half step from the major. And the third of a major scale, the third scale degree for D would be F sharp. However, we're lowering it by a half step, making it F natural. Now, to the fifth scale degree. Fifth scale degree of D major is A. But we know in a diminished triad, the fifth is also lowered. So, we're going to use A flat. Okay, third example. We have F augmented. Now, once again, recall the circle of fifths. That's your first step. The key of F has 1 flat. Now, the first note is always going to be the note in the notation, and that's F. Now, as you know, the third in an augmented triad is the same as in a major triad. That's going to be A. Now, the difference between major and augmented triad is the fifth, and the fifth is raised a half step from the major triad. So, we have C, but it's sharp. Now, fourth example, we have E flat minor. So, if we're thinking about the circle of fifths again, we know that E flat has 3 flats in its key signature. So, first note, E flat. Now, we know in a minor triad that the third is lowered from the major triad. So, in E major, the third scale degree is G. So, we're going to have G flat. And the fifth is the same as in a major triad, so we'll just use the regular major fifth, and that's going to be B flat. Thank you so much for watching the video.